Hello online world, this is Off the Record with Mix Bustos, and for today's episode, break muna tayo sa sports, break muna tayo sa entertainment, and break muna tayo sa mga lifestyle content. Ngayon kasi pag-uusapan natin is investing in the stock market. Ako personally, I will be honest, hindi ako ganun ka-know-how. Wala ako masyadong know-how when it comes to investing in the stock market. But I've always wanted to grow my money. And maraming nagsasabi na invest mo na lang instead na invest mo sa bangko, invest mo na lang sa stock market. Pero syempre, when you talk about the stock market, nakaka-intimidate. And hindi mo alam kung tama ba yung ginagawa mo. So ngayon, I reached out to a friend of mine. He is Luis Limlingan. He is a stockbroker from Regina Capital. And he's actually very kind enough to help me through and take me through the journey on what is it like investing in the stock market. So ngayon, Luis, kumusta ka naman? Thank you for joining me here on Off the Record. And please, educate us on what we're gonna do with our money, especially during these times na naka-ECQ tayo. Luis, kumusta ka naman?
Okay naman, Nix. Thanks for having me. I'm glad you reached out, and of course, this is part of what I do, and it's really nice to share with people who are interested about getting into the stock market, and that's why I am here.
What is the general outlook you can tell for our audience?
Well, we think that for the meantime, everyone is trying to recover from what happened during the last 2 to 3 months. Basically, businesses were shut down and they're trying to find their way. You know that, for example, if you look at different industries, let's say food, for example, it's easy. I think for the first 2 weeks, they were trying to see how they can adapt, and everyone was going to delivery, take out, and we've seen people are slowly going back to the offices, going back to, or trying to find anything means so that they can get by. But I think that's going to be the way business should be probably coping for the next few months until probably we find a vaccine, or again, we're able to contain the situation.
Now, for our viewers watching this video, alam ko po, if you're watching this is about investing in the stock market. Marami ng videos online. Marami ng with infographics pa on what kind of stocks should you invest at. But for me, this episode is more of a personal level kasi I want to share with you my journey. And if you're watching, hope you can share this journey also with me as I seek the guidance of my stockbroker na si Luis. Alright, so Luis, ngayon na magsa-start pa lang ako. What should first I need to know?
Well, I think you have to realize or be aware what's available to you. There are a lot of investments. You can use, your bank, for example, is a type of investment. Going into bonds is another type. But for just this discussion and based on my profession, I'll really push stocks in general. So there are 3 means if you want to participate in the equities market. This is how I would categorize it. One is to do it yourself. That's basically online investing, trading. So you've seen a lot of, I guess with the advent of technology, you can actually trade into the market by yourself. But everything is done by you. The second one is using a broker. The broker will give you advice and you're going to exchange ideas. And of course, it's really your decision at the end of, at the end of the day, how you want to proceed. The third one is what they call a fund manager. And you've heard of a lot of agents push for their funds, buy into a mutual fund, insurance fund, for example, because a fund manager will pool your money together and make the decision for you. Now, obviously, if you just go by these choices, you would actually think that the third one is the best, right? Because I just give you my money and I don't have to think about it. But there are, of course, differences. And the most obvious one is the fee structure. If you use online, that's usually the most basic and the cheapest. And I think the best way to explain this is for those, of course, that were stuck in the pandemic, those of you who have been dreaming of traveling, I think that's the closest analogy I'm going to get. When you go travel, normally if you're going to a local destination, right? You're going to book everything yourself. You do the airfare, you look for a promo, you will book the hotel separately. If you know a friend, diba, you're going to do everything because it's cheap. That's the best way. But you know it, right? The second method, which is a broker, is that you will consult with someone. Usually it's a travel agent. Maybe you want to go to Europe and you're not that familiar. So that's where a travel agent comes in, which is the same case as a broker because you want to get the necessary tools and make that decision.
Luis,
And of course,
ako. Luis, pasensya na. Pero when you talk about fund manager and the stockbroker, diba? Very 101 question. Anong pinagkaiba? Ano yung pinaka-main differentiation?
No, it's good that you told me this kasi sometimes I get ahead of myself. No? The broker is the one who will actually trade the stocks on your behalf. And a fund manager makes the decision. So actually sometimes the broker and the fund manager talk because the broker sometimes will push ideas to the fund manager. The fund manager has the funds and will tell the broker to execute. And the broker is supposed to be able to deliver that transaction at the best possible price, whether he's buying or selling.
Right. So anong pinaka-ma-advise mo, Luis, para sa mga ones at home na hindi naman nakaka-meet with fund managers or if they're just gonna type in online and they don't know who to talk to?
Well, I tell people the best way is to go in halfway. If you and this is my rationale. No? If you get a fund manager, which I didn't touch upon so much, is that there are the management fees. You have to pay them every year, win or lose. So there are additional costs associated with this. Now, I'm not saying that you should avoid a fund manager. In fact, I think a fund manager is ideal for people who don't really have enough time to manage their personal wealth. Because like for you, I think you have a job and you might be busy because you're tending to your family. Okay, so that's where I think a fund manager is best suited for those type of people. Online, I think, is good for those who have probably been trading in the market, right? Like know what you want, you know what to buy, you understand all the data that's coming out. You can do it yourself and save on cost. Now, the reason why I say you should go in and have the help of a broker because it works both ways. We try to map out your objective. We let you understand what's happening and interpret that data. It's really hard to navigate through yourself, especially during these uncertain times. And I think a lot of people probably have the time now to understand what's going on with the market because of the pandemic and the lockdown.
Ako relate ako dyan kasi syempre hindi naman ako talaga kumbaga in full knowledge when it comes to stocks, yung mga ano ba 'to, yung mga analytics, technical analysis, sorry. We not really know of the technical analysis, yung mga movement, etc. But yeah, so now that we know the strategy, like ako for me, I will opt to go for a stockbroker or a fund manager that will manage my funds. Ngayon, ano ba yung mga una kong kailangan malaman para saan ako mag-invest?
Well, you have to look at where you stand right now. So when we talk to clients, we say, well, look at your objectives. What do I want in the long run? Do I want to with a lot of people right now, I think they're stocked for cash because of their businesses. So they say they want high return. Okay, nobody should promise that, but there are companies that move very volatile, meaning there are a lot of spikes day to day where you can make those returns. But you have to understand, if we say that there's going to be high returns, possibly there's going to be high risk. So you should be aware of that. But if you're someone who's conservative, then we can look at stocks that are in that portfolio. So look at your objective right now. So what's happening right now are utilities. It may be a different topic altogether. But the reason why people are recommending utilities is because they're very defensive nature. For example, electricity, right? Whether there's a downturn in the economy or not, you're going to still go into electricity. Food, for obvious reasons. That's why we saw the spike of the supermarkets. Even the telecoms, because again, they're going to be there, and we've seen it's been proven that, but like what we're doing right now, even if we can't report to the office, we have to communicate with technology.
Luis, to wrap it up, para sa mga baguhang katulad ko, ano ma-advise mo sa mga tips mo on how to invest and how to move forward?
Well, right now, I think you have to think about your objectives. If you're someone who really has decided that you want to get something that has a high reward, just be aware that there are a lot of risks. Think of those risks and just hope that you are prepared to assume those. The second thing is you have to understand your investment horizon, because if, let's say, you need the money in 3 months, then you have to be aware of what we stand to gain or lose. Right? There's an opportunity risk. I think that's also tightly tied to the investment risk. Third, of course, look for a respectable broker or fund manager or institution that you think will help you meet those objectives. Now, we have to keep stressing this because we don't know who are actually, or we've heard of a lot of scandals in the past. Make sure that they are licensed by the Philippine Stock Exchange as a broker. Also check if that broker is a licensed agent. So again, some people are very trustworthy. They'll give their funds. They don't even ask for a receipt. Okay, so it's really proper to do your research. Ask if they are again licensed by the stock exchange. Maybe look for their track record, and maybe people in the industry if you know them as well. So probably, I think, just to kick things off for those who want to get started, probably look at those. I guess in the meantime, and then we can probably move forward.
Right. So for the ones that were watching this video and interested to join the stock market, so if they want to get advice from you, Luis, how can they reach you and how can they check your websites?
We have our website. It's at reginacapital.com. They can also look at our Facebook as well, and then they can drop us a message.
All right. So investing in the stock market 101 with stockbroker Luis Limlingan. Thank you so much, Luis, for joining us here
Thank
on
you,
the
Mix.
record. And see you in the next episode.